Good evening. This is Wallace Gator Bradley, and I'm the host of the Bradley Report. I'm also president of United in Peace, Inc. United in Peace, Inc. is presenting this. United in Peace, Inc. is presenting this show, but United in Peace, Inc. doesn't endorse any political candidates. But I do, and I can. So, got a very interesting show. I'm gonna talk about the importance of the election. And as you can see, I vote early. And the chairman of United in Peace, Inc., who helps produce this show, is Terry Marsh Bradley, my wife. To God be the glory. So without further ado, let me bring this important message to you.
I'm a commissioner in Forest Park, Illinois. I'm pleased to be here today to kick off this press conference for Congressman Danny Davis. He is my congressman, and I'm very proud to support him. I'd like to first introduce Reverend John Harrell.
Good morning. To God be the glory, for he's done some marvelous things for us all. My name's Reverend John Harrell, Johnharrell, standing here with my mentor, Dr. Bishop Claude Porter. And it's real simple. We're supporting Congressman Danny Davis because he's a man of integrity. Yes. He's a man of great professionalism. But first and foremost, we need somebody that is down there in Congress that is going to represent and continue to represent the problems, the plights, and predicaments of the people in which sends him there.
You better listen.
I went to a couple town hall settings, and as I listened to the other candidates, I come to the realization that they really had no platform. Everything they said, the congressman has already did.
You better listen.
And so it's real clear. If you're going to run on the platform of Congressman Danny Davis, then why don't you just do like the rest of us and just support our congressman?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For my community in Forest Park, Congressman Danny Davis represents the whole community in Forest Park. Our community is half renters, half homeowners. Congressman Danny Davis delivers for Forest Park. Congressman Danny Davis has worked on policies to help renters and make rent more affordable. We all know that rent is becoming more expensive, and Congressman Danny Davis has put in policies to make rent less of a person's income. It's been recently reported that rent is becoming as much as 50% of a person's income, and Congressman Danny Davis is working to make rent capped at less at 30% of a person's income. Congressman Danny Davis has been a leader on child poverty his entire career. So when Congressman Danny Davis says he's going to do something, he delivers. And for my community and for the 7th District of Illinois, Congressman Danny Davis has delivered, he will deliver, and he has our vote in Forest Park and in the 7th District. I'd now like to introduce President Tony Preckwinkle of the Cook County Board.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm very grateful to be here to support my friend, Congressman Danny Davis. We got to know each other when he served as a member of the City Council, as I did, of course. Then he went on to serve on the county board and then in Congress. So he has a breadth of experience that few people bring to the job. And I'm deeply indebted to him for his support of Cook County and Cook County government, in particular our healthcare system. Many of you may know that he has a PhD in healthcare, and he has been a strong advocate and proponent of our public health system, for which I'm deeply grateful. So on behalf of all of the people in Cook County for whom he's been an advocate, not just the members of his district, not just the folks in his district, but for all of Cook County, I want to thank him for his service and encourage you to support him in this election. Thank you.
Next up, I'd like to introduce Secretary Jesse White, former Secretary, Illinois Secretary of State.
Here, here.
I had the great pleasure of running the largest Secretary of State office in the nation, and now I'm retired and working harder now than ever before. But I'm here because of my good friend, Congressman Danny Davis. I remember when he was the alderman, and then he became a commissioner for the county board, and then he became our representative. Not only did he take on responsibility in all of those positions, but he took on the job and he demonstrated that he not only would work on behalf of the people of his district, but on behalf of the people of this wonderful country of ours. So I want to thank him for his giving and caring spirit and for his commitment to duty. And Congressman Davis, as they would say in my neighborhood, you the man. And it's important for us to do all we can to make sure that winning is for you and losing is for someone else. And above all, we want the people of this district to come out and discharge their civic responsibilities, because if you don't vote, you lose your great rights. You cannot complain about anything in society. So,
Right.
Congressman Davis, as they would say in my neighborhood, you the man.
Now we'd like to hear from Congressman Jonathan Jackson. First District.
I'm honored to be here, and I'd like to be affiliated with all of the previous comments that were associated with Congressman Danny K. Davis. I am here as a colleague and a friend, a supporter of Congressman Davis. We all have to work together, and I appreciate the vision that Congressman Davis has. Congressman Davis has never forgotten his neighborhood. Never. He understands the city. He understands the county. Yes. He understands the state, and he understands the federal government. I'd like to give a very special thank you to all those electeds that are here together. Illinois is in a marvelous place. Illinois is growing. We've got tremendous things that are coming down from the federal government in infrastructure and the cost of the insulin that's been reduced. Yeah. Congressman Danny Davis, our last conversation has been putting a renewed focus on housing. There is a housing crisis that's happening. We're very much concerned about the burden that renters are facing, that homeowners are feeling. And Congressman Davis is a man of peace and love. Let me tell you, Congressman Davis walks the corridor of power. And with that stick, and with his vision, this man has seniority, he has sensibility, he has integrity. He can work across the aisle. He will bring, and he has constantly delivered goods back to Chicago. You remember last year when there was a flood, Illinois was the first state to receive those federal emergency monies because of the seniority and the sensibility and the character and integrity of Congressman Danny K. Davis. So I would like now to introduce, present to some, and reintroduce to others a man that's leading this great state, a man that has now created a sensible budget to bring affordable housing back to the forefront, a man that is restoring justice into our justice system, none other than the Honorable Governor J.B. Pritzker.
appreciate you. What a great day. What a great day. And it's great to be here with all these terrific leaders. I want to remind everybody that that Danny Davis is special.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
He's special to all of us because he's been leading for a long time in the things that really matter to everyone standing here today.
Yes.
Now, healthcare reform, affordable housing,
Yeah.
criminal justice reform, job creation. He's a champion for progress and equity for the working families of his district and the working families of the entire state of Illinois.
That's it.
Danny's tireless commitment to the fight to lift up Illinoisans who too often have been left out and left behind, too often forgotten, to making sure that the federal government never forgets the people that Danny Davis represents. Well, that's the reason that I stand here today to endorse Danny Davis for re-election to the Congress. Throughout his time in Congress, Danny has worked with his colleagues, even those across the aisle, to deliver investments and solutions for the communities across his district. As one of the architects of the Affordable Care Act, think about that. Maybe the most important health care advancement in the history of the country, Danny Davis made sure that he expanded health care coverage for countless Illinois families. As a leader in criminal justice reform, Danny has shepherded through efforts to reduce mass incarceration and systemic racism, and to support rehabilitation programs for returning citizens.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And his Second Chance Act generated over $1 billion for re-entry efforts across the country.
That's him.
Thank you, Danny.
And from championing the child tax credit on the federal level to defending critical social services and safety nets, Danny Davis has made sure that Illinois' working families are never forgotten in Washington, D.C.
That's right, Danny.
His unwavering commitment to defending our individual freedoms has never been more important for our future and the future of this country than it is right now. From a woman's right to choose, to voting rights, to LGBTQ rights and civil rights, Congressman Danny Davis has been a true advocate for the ongoing mission of advancing social justice. So we know what's at stake in this election year.
Yeah, we do.
Our country faces a stark choice with two very different futures ahead of us. Now more than ever, we need Danny Davis and elected officials like Danny Davis who have proven that they have the track record of never backing down, who will fight back against the MAGA extremist agenda, and who will always put the needs of their constituents first. So, Danny Davis is that representative, and I'm proud to endorse his re-election. Ladies and gentlemen, the great congressman from the 7th Congressional District, Danny K. Davis. You bet.
Well, thank you all. Thanks to the greatest governor in the United States of America. Unequivocally and without a doubt. And it is indeed not only a pleasure to work with him and the General Assembly of Illinois,
Yes, sir.
but it's also a great pleasure to know that he leads our state, that he is the in-charge governor of Illinois.
Yes,
Thank you.
in-charge.
Thank you, Governor.
Thank you so much.
You know, with there being so many members of the clergy here, preachers, bishops, would-be preachers, wanna-be preachers, I can't help but remember one of my favorite scriptures. And I want to thank all of them. But it says that they that wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They will mount up like wings on an eagle.
Yes, sir.
They will run and won't get tired. They will walk and not grow weary. So I want to thank all of the clergy for your engagement, your involvement, your participation I also want to thank all of those elected officials who are here.
Yes.
Let me tell you, running the second largest county in the whole country, the county of Cook, and doing an outstanding job with it. Thank you, Tony Preckwinkle. Thank you, Madam President. The members of the General Assembly, the members of the City Council, the Water Reclamation District,
Oh, yeah.
every unit of government in this state. And so if those individuals are willing to stand and say that you are doing and have done a good job, it matters not what anybody else says.
You better listen. Yes, sir.
It matters not what anybody else believes. Yeah, I am a member of Congress.
Yes, sir.
I am a senior
Come on.
member of Congress.
That's what we need. That's what
I'm
we
number
need.
24
Number 20.
in the House of Representatives. I am number 7 among Democrats on the Ways and Means Committee.
Yes,
Come on,
sir.
sir.
8 members of that committee became president, Mr. President. 8 members of that committee became president. Working with the state of Illinois. Do you know how much money Illinois got for infrastructure off the infrastructure bill? $17 billion.
Thank you, Danny.
A governor who comes down and bring back 17 billion. I'm not talking about chump change. I'm talking about billions of dollars. That's why you see all these barricades and barriers and you can't get to where you want to go because they fixing the highways, fixing the roads, fixing the streets, giving the city of Chicago money to fix the sidewalks, fixing the alleys, setting up stations for electric vehicles, doing all of those things that you need to do. But let me tell you, child welfare is a big issue for me.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I have been able to work with the Illinois Department of Children and Family Services. We have been able to look at how do you get more money. I met with the head of the Internal Revenue Service the day before yesterday.
Gotta listen.
To figure out how to get more of their Social Security money into the hands of children who are foster children. So that when they age out and become an adult, Congressman Jackson, they may have a little nest egg, a little piece of money to help them make the transition from childhood to adulthood. So yeah, these are serious times. Troublesome times. We have war going on all over the world.
Yes, sir.
We have threats of war, and we need serious thinkers
Yes, sir.
and serious decision makers.
That's right.
I am so glad ain't nothing wrong with my mind.
Nothing.
Gotta listen.
It's all working.
It's 2024, and my program is going to be more about educating individuals to their responsibilities, and one of the most important responsibilities is letting you know that you, as a citizen in the city of Chicago, or in the United States, or in the state of Illinois, or the county of Cook, it's incumbent upon you, if you choose to, and if you old enough to, hit register and vote if you want to. So what I'm going to be showing you is candidates that's running for you to make a choice from what you hear, and whether or not you want to vote for them. Because one of the things about United Peace Inc., we don't endorse any candidates. Can't, 501c3. But I, as an individual, can, and I will, voice my choice. It was important for you to see the endorsement of elected officials that understand the importance of this 2024 election when it comes to the re-election of Danny K. Davis. And for you to see how all the different bodies of government coming together to help benefit the state of Illinois, the county of Cook, the city of Chicago. And you got to be able to have someone that know that federal government to state government to county government and city government works hand in hand for the betterment of the citizens within the state, within the city, within the county, within the country. And they all play a part as legislators by legislating laws to help get revenue to bring back to either the city, either the county, either the state, and to the federal government to help bring back the services. I've been knowing Danny Davis for a long time. He was instrumental in me getting a pardon in 1991 for things that I had done in my past, crimes that I had committed. But because I put the work back into the community and made myself an asset to the community, he and others, elected officials, religious leaders, community leaders, civic leaders, supported my petition to get a pardon from Governor Jim Thompson. And he was a Republican, and I'm a Democrat. Danny Davis believed in second chance to the point when he became Congressman. He supported a law called the Second Chance Act. And he had a Republican that supported it with him. Going across the aisle. That's what they say on the Hill. The bill got passed and it got signed by President George Bush. But that law, I know, in Cook County and in the state of Illinois and in the city of Chicago and all the other townships within the state and across the country help individuals such as myself to be able to come back and become productive citizens in the city of Chicago. That's why you got to vote. That's why I, Wallace Gator Bradley, not United in Peace, Inc., support various elected officials that's running for office. So March 19th is the election, but I voted early. That's why you don't see no campaign buttons, but you're gonna see this button because I want you to pay attention. This shows why I voted early for the March 19th election. so I can help get others to the polls for them to vote. This 2024 election is very important. They got to retake the House. Danny Davis on House Ways and Means, well, you heard what he said. I don't need to say too much other than this. Vote, don't choke. And without further ado, to God be the glory. That's Gator's story.